everyone, this is Jennifer with DP Addiction Adventures, and most of you hopefully have watched my intro to Healing Possibilities, and this particular video I wanted to create around the word, around the feeling, around the overwhelming narrative that I call depression. It's one of the many things that I suffer with. And yes, I'm a therapist. I'm a trauma therapist on one side. But I'm also a human being who has been in therapy and who has struggled and who has feelings and emotions. And so when I talk about depression in this video, I'm kind of colliding both worlds together. Depression, some people think they have it, some people do have it, and some people don't understand it at all, and some people sympathize with it. I'm not going to get into the textbook definition of depression. That's not why we're here in Healing Possibilities. What I am going to say that is depression is real. It is drowning. It is suffocating. I can't tell you how many times I've had people tell me, just push yourself out of bed. Just push through the exhaustion. And I wanted to say, go jump off a cliff. Like, the fact that I'm sitting here and functioning and going to work and just proves that I'm pushing through it. The fact that I'm currently not suicidal and that I can even understand that I'm depressed means that I'm moving through it. So I'm just going to back the train up a little bit and talk about some of the signs of depression. Depression is something that it's like a feeling that has exploded and is just surrounds you like a fog. Like it just settles on everything in your life, like air, like water. It goes into every crevice of your life. You forget how to smile inside. You forget how to have joy. You forget what desire is and wanting to do something, even wanting to go for a walk or wanting to eat food. Or, you know, my husband would ask me, I'm going to take you out for dinner. What do you want? And I couldn't make that decision. I wanted to cry. There was no desire in me. There was no, do I want Mexican? Do I want, and it wasn't ambiguity. It was, I just didn't care. I didn't care about anything. And I was so lonely inside and so sad. And everything looked dark to me. Just nothing brought me joy. Sometimes I wouldn't even know that the sun was shining, and it was shining right in my face. And so I would avoid the world. And I was exhausted because I was always pushing, always trying to laugh or trying to be me, even though I forgot who I was. And so I slept all the time, and I lost like 2 years of my life. And usually there's a trigger, there's something where, because the chemicals in your brain are helping you constantly balance, and when you're triggered and you go through a trauma, the chemicals disalign and have an imbalance, and sometimes our bodies don't know how to rebalance, or we don't give ourselves time to rebalance, or another trauma just comes and hits us, which is what happened to me, is there's big T and little t in the trauma world. And big traumas are like in your face when you say something like, oh my gosh, it's a trauma. No wonder you feel like hell. And little t's are those little tiny like mosquitoes that are just biting and biting and biting and biting at you until you go crazy. And, you know, it's just like the rug keeps getting pulled out from under me, and I just keep banging and banging into the concrete. And I didn't want to get up anymore. And so that's why this is Healing Possibilities, because I hit the concrete for the last time and I thought, I can't live this way. I need to find me. And that is possible. And I can do it. And so, you know, there's medications that help. There's different exercises that help raise different dopamine or serotonin levels. There's, you know, therapy, there's processing, there's a whole bunch of different stuff that can help. But the first step, okay, both as a therapist and as a human that has depression, is to be aware and call it what it is and not shame yourself. You know, somebody who's lost their leg and has a weakness, we don't shame them. We support them. We lift them up. Somebody who has cancer, we don't shame them. We lift them up and we support them. Depression is the same thing. It's something that we struggle with. And therefore, we should not have shame, but we should reach out to somebody we trust. And there's such a thing as a trust circle. And the middle trust circle is the most intimate people in your life. And some people don't have that. That is a trauma in itself, where those people have abused us. But there's a way to develop these different trust tiers and the choice of moving people in and out of those tiers. And I'm going to talk about that in one of my upcoming videos in Healing Possibilities. But I found somebody that I could trust, and I couldn't trust my husband. I couldn't trust my parents. And I struggle to trust my best friend, and she has proven over and over again she's trustworthy. It's me that's afraid to trust her for fear that she will break that trust, because every time I trust somebody, it's broken. So call it. Call it what it is. Be aware of it. And then look for a way you are comfortable with getting the help that you need. And the first piece of help is, for me, was reorganizing and redefining, and I've talked about this before in other videos on my channel, in my therapeutic ramblings, is redefining what success is. Okay, so the first thing was, success for me was saying, all right, I'm in bed 24/7. So a successful day, what does it look like? A successful day looks like me getting up out of bed and brushing my teeth, even if I get right back in bed. Or me, sometimes I couldn't even raise my arms to wash my hair. Yeah, I'm a therapist, and I couldn't do it. So success to me was washing my hair, or going and sitting on the couch for 10 minutes, or taking the dog outside, not for a walk, but just letting her out. You know, these were daily things, like once a day I'd pick something. Maybe it's making 3 things on a grocery list. Maybe it's sending 1 email. Maybe it's putting socks on, changing your underwear. And then when that happens, you continue to take another step forward and another step forward. And that then got me out of bed enough to say, look at the life I've been missing. Now I need to take the step to find some real help. So number one, I called it what it is and stopped hiding from it. Stopped avoiding it and said, this is a real issue that I have. Number two is I redefined what success was in a day and no more shaming. If I was in bed all day, okay, but I needed to feel good about something, and so I chose what that was. It could be finishing a game on Candy Crush. It could be brushing my teeth. It could be putting socks on. It could be letting the dog out the back door. Redefining what success was. And then taking the next step to find the help that I needed. Now, when I say I'm in bed 24/7, I still worked. I still gave every bit of energy I had. You know, I was to the point where I was going to have to quit my job because I had nothing left. I was empty inside, and that's scary when you're that empty. But yet you're that full of just darkness and ish inside, and you just cry and yell inside at yourself, and the shame is so overwhelming because you feel like I was missing my daughter growing up. My husband was doing all the cleaning. What was I contributing anymore? So I was still going to work, but when I was coming home, I was going straight to bed, sleeping for like 2 to 3 hours, missing dinner, getting up, spending an hour with my family, diamond painting for this channel, and then going right back to bed. And with COVID, my bed was 10 feet from my desk. And so it was a struggle because I wasn't outside. I wasn't seeing the sun. I wasn't face to face with people, feeding off of their energy to help me get through the day. I was pulling from my own energy, and my own energy was gone. It was like not even fumes. It was like rust bucket in the ground, digging for oil to find the energy. And so I just want to encourage you. It took me a year of therapy, and then switching to a different therapist, and then another 3 months to finally say enough's enough. And so that's why I took time off of work, and that's why I went through treatment, and that's why I'm sitting here today. Now, I'm not going to go into why I was depressed. I'm not going to go into my big traumas, my little traumas, but they're there, and they're real, and they're scary. But I want to encourage you with depression that depression is real, but you can work through it. There is hope. And the first step, like I said, is defining it in yourself. The second step is choosing your success story. And the third step is being okay with asking for help. Because help does work. And I help people all the time. And I'm like, why am I okay with helping other people with their depression, but I am shamed to not want that same help for me? And I had to work through that. So this journey for me, this healing possibility journey, is to pick different parts of my life that I've gone through in the past, present, and hope to succeed in the future, and share with you little bits of my downfall, but my success stories. So today, but you know, there's hope because I actually am starting to see the light. I'm starting to feel life in me. I'm starting to feel this small flame of energy that I hope to continue to feed and continue to nourish and continue to grow, because the more I'm full and the more I care about myself and self-care, the more I can give to others. And it's quality. It's not just quantity. And I want quality, right? We're all diamond painters. So what does this have to do with diamond painting? It has a lot, because diamond painting is part of my success story. And that was one thing this YouTube channel helped me with. And even if you don't have a YouTube channel, diamond painting helped get me out of bed. Diamond painting helped keep me in this family room that I always joke about, because then my family was in the room, but I was still in the room. And painting and seeing beautiful things and creating something from chaos or something from nothing was keeping me alive until I got to the next solution. So I encourage you, if you know somebody who's depressed or dealing with depression, or you yourself are struggling, I hope this video helps you know that you're not alone, that there is hope, and there is a way to get to your healing path. So thank you for being part of this journey, and I can't wait to see what the next video is. I don't know which of like the 18 million things I have that I will discuss. But I hope this has helped you out a little bit, or at least helped you see a little bit into my life. People are real, and they deserved to be given a chance and to be loved and supported. And so I just want to thank you for being there and walking this journey with me. And I hope that you too find healing possibilities in your own life. So until next time, be blessed. Take care. Love you all. Bye-bye.